What's up, guys? Good evening. It's going to be the daily plan review into Thursday, January 29th. So today was FOMC. We ended up getting no rate cut, kind of as expected. I don't really expect any of these rate cuts to ensue until summer, until we announce a new Fed chair. If that ends up happening, market's been pricing in, no rate cuts. Maybe that's why we haven't been seeing high risk on growth or trending environment. Trends aren't being rewarded, so to say, lack of better expression. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be post MC. We have a lot of earnings. I think Tesla, Meta, all reporting above expectations, so that's good as well. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. But we have entered a transitory phase. We had past four sessions, as you see here in the circle, we had OTFU. So you remember, as I talked about in most of my weekly outlooks, or specifically in yesterday's daily plan, we went over that. You're always trying to classify a regime. We have three of those. So we have a range, and then OTFD and OTFU. OTFD is one time frame down, OTFU is one time frame up. This is a prime example of OTFU. Today, coming into today's session, we had a blow off top. Price failed to make new highs, staying above 720s. Started to look off like a blow off top, unable to continue momentum. As you can see, outside of this high time frame distribution, it was mainly a day of selling rips, and this was something I talked about in my plan yesterday. So glad to see that actually unfolding. So now most likely we're in a range regime. We're going to start to backfill all this trending structure, fill out all these LVNs and take out prior excess. And then here in the bottom here, where this X line in the sand outline is, this is going to be our, well, obviously line in the sand, but it's going to be our, our contingent variable for determining if this is going to be a one timing frame down momentum coming into the new week down into 69.20s, right? Because if we easily just keep projecting 69.80s and 69.70s, well, it's likely we just start to create a range up here, failed auctions above 730s, and until that changes, then nothing changes, right? It's just a range, size on both ends. But if you do begin to accept below here, we can get a deeper bleed, and we can move through this volume pretty easily, I think. So I think that's enough for the TPO. Blue levels are the levels. Nothing really to mark down here. I would even take this level off just because it's not relevant coming tomorrow. So you would only have 4-ish levels. I'd give myself 5 bullets tomorrow, depending on how volatile we are. If we're not really volatile, I'll just give myself 3 bullets because it's likely I'll just trade 69, 80s, and 20s, selling overnight highs. But yeah, we can also move down into this 30-minute chart. I want to show something here. I like to do this as well. So what we can do, as you can see, where's my drawing tool? Whoa. Oh, actually, let me screenshot this so I can post it to my Twitter so you guys can see that if you don't end up watching this video, or else just all these drawings go to waste. So one sec, let me put that in my Discord somewhere. Alright. Okay. We can come to another chart. So what I like to do, we have the extreme at 69.80s, obviously down here, or is it 70s? I think it's down into here, honestly, like where these lows line up. And then that high is up into here. And you can see the momentum was this like upward trend channel throughout the entire distribution. But now since you got this blow off top, unable to make new highs, especially here, and it's just kind of making this downtrend, like local downtrend. One sec. It's now looking like this. So this is going to be your resistance, like obviously right here. And we'll see what we do against here. And then your targets become like these trending lows, right? And now you're going to have to fill out this structure when we get down to it. If we start building volume, it's likely just scalps down to here, but rather not. Yeah, overnight low, If this holds, and we accept back above, and we're already at 730s by open, I would want to see if we're going to get an opening drive trend coming off those earnings. That's a possible scenario. I'm not going to exclude it, honestly. But if we begin to reject here and just chops until the open, likely take this out if we can reoffer higher. And then wait down here, wait down here. So yeah, just look at a bar chart. If you watch order flow, look at where you remember certain things, certain things happening at certain prices, and then see what happens from there. You know, see if those market agents are still stepping in at those same prices. If not, then what happens then? So yeah, that's the plan coming into tomorrow. You know, you have those three scenarios. It's selling rips into here. If we open up higher above this overnight high, watch for opening drive trend. If we open within here, within the value, and overnight high is respected, we reject up here. Honestly, look to sell rallies down into here. Look to bid to start a ranging environment. And yeah, and if you break this and we get a trend lower, it's obviously just sell rips again. And yeah, hopefully this daily plan serves you guys well. Hopefully you guys trade tomorrow. God bless. Thank you for watching another daily plan. Bye bye.